you've seen people with those bright white smiles. They look terrific. But if you've considered teeth whitening, have you wondered, is it safe? Is it easy? Dentist Steve Marsh is here to give us the unwhitewashed facts about why whitening is the way to go for a bright, beautiful smile. Thanks for joining us, Steve.
You're welcome, Armin. My pleasure.
So many people are whitening their teeth today. Does all of that whitening hurt your teeth? Does it wear on it at all?
No, it doesn't wear on it at all. It actually destains, and that's the mechanism. So whether it's with a hydrogen peroxide, carbamide peroxide, those are the active ingredients. It really destains it, so there's no harm to the tooth.
Are yellower teeth, is that part of aging?
Well, it can be part of aging. We all have a certain color, just we have a hair color, yours, which is turning gray, and mine, which is blonde and gray. But teeth do, as we change, we have enamel on the outsides of our teeth, and then the next layer is dentin, which is a yellower material. So as we brush harder and harder, we actually take off some of the enamel. So as we age, there is a yellowing process.
Is teeth whitening affected by, well, let me switch. We have a picture up. Why don't you tell us what we're looking at there?
Well, these are two patients, different patients, obviously. And the patient on the left, her teeth had what's called tetracycline staining. This happened, Armin, in our age group. Our mothers may have been pregnant with us when we were babies, or when we were babies, if we took tetracycline, it actually darkened the teeth, excuse me. The patient on the right actually had bright teeth, she said, when she was younger. As she got older, she brushed with a very abrasive toothpaste and took the enamel off, and that really is what I was just indicating. You can see the rest of the tooth coming through.
Does the whitening approach, I know there's different approaches to whitening, does that depend on the reason for the yellowing?
Yeah, and so different approaches work different ways. In our office, generally we'll use Zoom, and Zoom takes about an hour and a half, and the patient's able to watch TV. There's a patient in our office with the Zoom light on, and in an hour and a half, if you want to do it quickly, it works very well. But whether you use Zoom or the other method, which is whitening trays, and I have a tray here, you need to maintain it because it will fade over time. Frequently because of the foods you eat. It can be tea, it can be red wines. So we actually take this gel, and I'm going to hold this up closely, and this happens to be my own whitening tray. I use it once or twice a month for about 15 to 30 minutes to brighten my own teeth. You put the gel into the tray, and then I'm going to actually put it in my mouth for you.
This is the quietest you've been on this show ever.
Well, so this is really what I do, and I can do it in the morning while I'm showering, getting dressed, that sort of thing, 15 to 20 minutes, and it brings it back to the whitening color that you've achieved with Zoom or with the color you've achieved with trays.
And Zoom, is that like a light that shines on your teeth?
It's a light,
is that
and
what
it
I remember?
activates some of this carbamide peroxide.
How long does the Zoom or these treatments last?
Well, it'll last a few months, but you need to use these trays to maintain the color. Otherwise, it fades much quicker than people would like.
All right. And let's say we have crowns or other dental work in our mouth. Does whitening work there?
No, it doesn't. So if you're going to do new crowns or that sort of thing, you have to do the whitening beforehand. This is a patient who came to me. She was that actual first patient on the left. And those are preparations because her teeth would not respond to whitening very well. We did try a little bit, and then we used some porcelain veneers. We did 10 porcelain veneers on her. Now, you remember I mentioned...
So the after is with veneers?
With veneers, because this patient was the one that I had earlier alluded to. She had brushed away the enamel. Well, no amount of whitening would brighten that, and she also didn't have the thickness that she needed for support. And this last patient, who was a Golden Opportunity guest with us one day, she had also had some separation. We did some whitening first, and then we used 10 porcelain veneers to give her that beautiful smile. So the combination is something we have to use sometimes. Thanks.
Very good. Thank you, Steve, for good information as always.
You're welcome.
You can make your pearly whites their pearly whitest in a few different ways. For the best and brightest answer for getting the best and brightest smile, give Steve a call. His number's up next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, an urban excursion.